Hi, friends. We are back with The Last Straw. And where we left off, Greg was talking about him and Roderick's after school naps. All right, so Tuesday. Well, I hate to admit this, but I think my naps are starting to have an effect on my grades. See, I used to do my homework when I got home from school and then I watched TV at night. Lately, I've been trying to do my homework while I watch TV, and sometimes it doesn't work out too good. To make sure Carissa sticks around for another week, dial 492 or text the word Carissa now. It looks like he's not doing his homework. I had this 4-page biology paper due today, but last night I kind of got caught up in this show I was watching, so I had to try to write the whole thing in the computer lab during recess today. I didn't have a lot of time to do any research, so I played with the margins and the font size to stretch what I had for 4 pages, but I'm pretty sure Miss Nolan is going to call me on it. Chimps, a 4-page paper by Greg Heffley. This is a chimpanzee, not chimp for short. Chimps are the subject of the paper you're holding in your hand right now. Chimps are supposed to be smart, but I'm not so sure that's true. Get out of my way, chimp. Don't call me a chimp, but you are one. Oh yeah. Well, it looks like I'm out of paper, so this is it. The end. I don't think that's going to work. Yesterday, I actually got a 0 on a quiz in geography. But in my defense, it was really hard to study for the quiz and watch football at the same time. To be honest with you, I don't think teachers should be making us memorize all this stuff to begin with, because in the future, everyone is going to have a personal robot that tells you whatever you need to know. Robot, what's the largest place in the world? The Russian River. Thank you very much. Speaking of teachers, today Miss Craig was in a really bad mood. That's because the big dictionary that usually sits on her desk was missing. I'm sure someone just borrowed it and forgot to put it back, but the word Miss Craig kept using was stole. Alright, so there we have a robot and stole. Ms. Craig said that if the dictionary wasn't returned to her desk before the end of the period, she was keeping everyone inside for recess. Then she told us she was going to leave the room, and that if the culprit returned the dictionary to her desk, there wouldn't be any consequences, and there would be no questions asked. Ms. Craig made Patty Farrell class monitor and left the room. Patty takes her job as class monitor really seriously, and when she's in charge, nobody dares to step out of line. I was just hoping the person who took the dictionary would hurry up and come clean, because I had 2 cartons of chocolate milk for lunch. May I please use the lavatory? He needs to use the bathroom. But nobody did come forward, and sure enough, Miss Craig stuck to her promise and kept us inside for recess. Then she said she was going to keep us inside every day until the dictionary was returned. Friday. Miss Craig has kept us inside for the past 3 days and still no dictionary. Today, Patty Farrell was sick, so Miss Craig put Alex Aruda in charge of the room while she was gone. Alex is a good student, but people aren't afraid of Alex the way they are of Patty. As soon as Miss Craig left the room, it was complete pandemonium. Yep, it looks pretty crazy. A couple of guys who were sick of getting stuck inside for recess every day decided to try and figure out who took Miss Craig's dictionary. The first person they interrogated was this kid named Corey Lamb. I think Corey was number 1 on the list of suspects because he's smart and he's always using big words. Corey fessed up to the crime in no time flat, but it turns out he only said he did it because the pressure made him crack. So that's them interrogating him, and then that's them going through his stuff. The next kid on the list was Peter Lynn, and before you knew it, Peter was confessing too. They're all confessing to crimes they didn't commit. I figured it was just a matter of time before those guys cornered me, so I knew I had to think of something fast. I've read enough Sherlock Sammy books to know that sometimes it takes a nerd to get you out of a pinch, and I figured if anyone could crack this case, it was Alex Aruda. So me and a couple other guys who were worried about getting hassled went over to Alex to see if he could help us out. We told Alex we needed him to solve the mystery of who took Miss Craig's dictionary, but he didn't even know what we were talking about. I guess Alex had been so wrapped up in his book that he hadn't even noticed what had been going on around him for the past couple of days. Plus, Alex always stays inside to read during recess, so Miss Craig's punishment hadn't been a big effect on his life anyways. Unfortunately, Alex had read his share of Sherlock Sammy books too, so he said he would help us if we paid him $5. Well, that was totally unfair because Sherlock Sammy only charges a nickel, but me and the other guys agreed it was worth it, and we pooled our money, then forked over the $5. We laid out all the facts of the case to Alex, but we didn't know a whole lot. Then we asked Alex if he could point us in the right direction. I expected Alex to start taking notes and spout some scientific mumbo-jumbo, but all he did was close the book he was reading and show the cover to us, and you're not going to believe it, but it was Miss Craig's dictionary. He had it the whole time. Alex said he'd been studying the dictionary to get ready for the state spelling bee next month. Well, that would have been nice to know before we gave him our $5. Anyways, there was no time to waste complaining because Miss Craig was going to be back in the room at any second. Corey Lamb grabbed the book from Alex and put it on Miss Craig's desk, but she walked in the room right at that moment. Aha. Miss Craig ended up going back on her whole no consequences promise, so Corey Lamb is going to be spending the next 3 weeks inside during recess. Looking on the bright side, though, at least he'll have Alex Aruda to keep him company. All right, well, we will find out next time what is going on in February. See you guys then.